in your background, a little bit for the council, and thank you again for offering yourself forward for service.
Thank you so much, Council President. My name is Ari Ruiz, and I am very deeply honored and moved by Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa's nomination. I want to thank those who are here with me today, who include Tammy Membreño, Anne Marie, Virginia, Gail Rolfe, Michael Colorge, and Frina Medrano. As you know, the life of politics is very hard, but you also find people who are there to support you, and definitely I've been blessed to find those people along the way. I live in El Sereno, and I'm currently working with Barrio Action as an outreach coordinator, where I serve as a community liaison. I'm also working with Stonewall Young Democrats, and we're working on marriage equality. As you know, Proposition 8 passed, and we're working towards restoring equality in California. So, without further ado, I want to thank the chairman of the Arts and Parks Committee, Mr. Tom Labange, for being so helpful, and his office is truly a role model as to how public elected officials' offices should be open and welcoming to everyone, regardless of anything. So I want to thank him, and I want to thank Mr. Reyes and Mr. Weston for their time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ruiz. I'd like to recognize the chair of that committee now, Mr. Labange.
Thank you very much, members. You just heard from a very impressive young man who cares about other people and is here to take advantage of an opportunity. A great appointee, Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, and I call for an aye vote. We had a great opportunity to hear his passion in committee this morning with Mr. Reyes and Mr. Wesson, and I ask for an aye vote of this fine young commissioner, Mr. Ruiz. Thank you.
Mr. Huizar is our next speaker.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank Mr. Ruiz for his wonderful work. I met him when I was at the school district. Very active student. We knew then that he would continue to be involved and give of himself to the community, and we see it through his activism at the LA Neighborhood Council, LA 32 as they call themselves. Also, he does a lot of work in community outreach for Barrio Action. You may say he's young, Mr. President, but certainly a lot of wisdom and experience here, so welcome and congratulations. I think your perspective is going to add a lot to this commission. In fact, when we appointed you to the Youth Council, we said that you were very active there and took your job seriously and did a lot of good work there. So congratulations, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Huizar. Mr. Reyes?
Thank you, Council President. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Ruiz and thank him for his positive energy. I did ask him a question in committee. I was hoping you would share your answer, and that question was, after spending some time on the commission, what would he like to see that he has left behind as a positive impact, a result, a goal? And can you share that with the rest of the body, so be very specific how you would conduct yourself and what you'd like to see as a commissioner, so that they give a reason to vote for you other than the fact that you're a great guy?
Definitely, as Councilmember Huizar said, I've been involved for a couple of years now, and I remember protesting in his office for school reform. So definitely, education is one of my top priorities, and making sure that we continue with what the mayor has done towards decreasing the dropout rate in Los Angeles. But also, I think one of my other passions, as I told Councilmember Reyes, was public safety. Public safety has always been an important issue for the city of Los Angeles, and so as I look forward after my 2 years, I want to be able to establish collaborations between departments and look into resources that are already there to be more effective towards addressing some of the problems in public safety. One of the Commission's most successful programs is the Kids Watch Light program, which it's a broad of staff and parent volunteers. So I want to be able to establish that in most, if the budget gets better, establish that in most of our schools with the Commission's help. So definitely public safety and education are a big part of what drives me, and I want to make a difference in.
As his commissioner, you get Department of Transportation to provide to you the safe routes maps, and perhaps look at the overlays that exist where you can map out. And I hate to speak this way, but it's a harsh reality in some of the areas in our city where you have the shootings that occur, major incidents that deals with crime, overlap with these safe routes maps, and perhaps have the parents, the teachers be aware of them so that the kids know how to get to the school and back, understanding the dangerous areas that do exist. And that's just, again, food for thought. I'm hoping that it's part of the process you will engage to result in the goals that you have established. So
Definitely.
I thank you for your time, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reyes and Mr. Huizar for your comments, as well as Mr. Labange for shepherding this through committee. And again, Mr. Reyes, thank you for your answers and your insights. And with that, let's go ahead and take a vote. Please open the roll on the nomination, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Congratulations, Commissioner. Round of applause for our new Commissioner. Welcome aboard. If we can take up